So I just wanted to kind of share my thoughts on the recent book that I finished of Virginia Woolf, and the book was The Waves. And my very honest opinion on this book is that I haven't really understood the book fully. I think the biggest, but that doesn't mean that I didn't like it. I think I am in a very confused moment of my life, and my mind wasn't really in the best shape to understand this book fully. But I really enjoyed it. I think even though I haven't fully understood the story, and I think I will have to reread it again in the future. I have written a couple of things actually. Let me see. I am actually filming on my laptop right now, and I just wanted to share this. And I finished the book actually a couple days ago, but I still had to kind of put my mind on what I thought. And even though I didn't understand the book fully, there are a couple of things that I was able to understand. First thing first is that, without doubt, Virginia Woolf, she's an amazing writer. And I don't know, it was just I think reading this book, especially because in the past I have read her most popular work, which is A Room of One's Own. I don't remember much of that book actually, but that's another book that I need to revisit in the future. But I think with The Waves, the number one thing that I got out of this reading is that, yeah, she's an amazing writer, and even though you may not understand what she's trying to convey, you still can appreciate how beautiful it is. I think, and I've been thinking about this, and even when you are reading, because I think like books or just novels in general are also a form of art, and when you're not kind of like prepared to read some how should I say, like wait there are some books that where you need some sort of like knowledge before reading it, and I came into this because without any like knowledge beforehand, and I didn't know that it was written in such an interesting way. But yeah, I was still able to understand and appreciate how beautiful it was. And I was thinking how I could compare to the act of like appreciating a painting or any sort of painting. And because normally, like at least for me, whenever I look at a painting or any sort of like sculpture or architecture, it doesn't really have to, like, I don't necessarily understand everything about it, but I know that it's beautiful. And I think art, regardless if it's a book or a painting or music or any sort of like art, any form of art, as long as you can understand the beauty of it, I think you're already like closer to appreciating the real thing. Because a lot of times, for example, let me think, there are a lot of like medieval paintings which have a lot of like references to maybe like ancient mythology, or even like to the Bible, or to like different like religious stories. But the thing is, I'm not really familiar with them, but still I can appreciate how beautiful each piece of work is. And I think that's really the beauty of art. That's the first thing actually. It was a bit long, but yeah, that was the first thing that I got out of this book, which was I couldn't understand the story fully yet, but I could still appreciate how beautiful it was. And then second, everyone was obsessed with Percival, which I understand. I think he was a really, from what I was able to understand, he was a really charming person, and I think, yeah, everyone was kind of obsessed with him, and I think it was really interesting. But yeah, he, even though he was very present throughout the story, he didn't have like a monologue of himself. It was always through the eyes of the other six character, which is super interesting. Like, we got to know him through other people, and yeah, I think Virginia Woolf has such, like, how was she able to think about, like, how was she able to think about writing this way? Like, I can't understand. I think she really deserves all the praise and all the popularity she got, and I think she deserves more. Yeah. And yeah, and the third thing is about the writing style. The fact that the writer Virginia Woolf, she chose to tell a story through monologues. Like, what the, at first, when I first started the book, I was like, what the hell is it happening, and why is it structured this way? But the more I went on, I was like, it is so fascinating. And I think that is also another reason as to why it was a bit hard for me to understand, I guess. But yeah, these are my three main thoughts on the book after finishing it. So yeah, it was interesting. I think it's a book that I really want to revisit in the future, because I feel like I need to be in a state of mind where I can fully enjoy the book. I am a bit in a very lost kind of situation, so I think I wasn't really being fully present when reading the book. I was just kind of rushing because I was like, oh, I'm so behind. I haven't read anything yet for the past couple months, and I felt like there was like a sense of urgency, which doesn't really make sense. But and it had, and also the reason I also picked up this book was because I had the physical copy of this book at home, and since it was one of the books that I haven't read yet, I was like, yeah, may as well. And it wasn't really long, but even though it was like a short novel, it was very intense. So yeah, my rating of this book is like question mark, because I think I don't have the means of actually rating fairly. So yeah, I will definitely try to revisit it again. I think I need to start, like, because I feel like I haven't appreciated it enough, and that frustrates me. But at the same time, I think maybe I wasn't ready for this book yet. But yeah, I think, yeah, Virginia Woolf is one of the authors that I want to really learn more about. She's so just my image of her is just she's just really revolutionary for being like such a woman, like a writer in general, not just a woman writer. But I don't know, she just changed literature in a way that is like almost what is it, the word, like, different to replicate. And I think she will be one of the authors that even after 1,000 years she will be able to be appreciated by the people. So yeah, that's my little thought on the book. I just wanted to share this because it's actually my first time ever finishing a book and not really understanding anything but still appreciating it, which is interesting, I think. And I have been my reading game for the past few months, for this month, this year in general, hasn't been really great. My another book that I'm currently reading, that I was reading along Virginia Woolf's The Waves, was a collection of poetry by an Indian author. It was like Tagore, and but poetry is not the kind of book that you read in one go. I just sometimes pick it up and read a couple of poetry and go on. That's it. So yeah, let me know what you think about the book are if you have read it, and because I really hope I'm not the only one I'm not the only one struggling with it. But yeah, that's it. Bye.